Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Zev Schlesinger from WizKids looking at Ettin, designed by Ken Shannon, for 2 to 8 players. That I believe you compete in teams, yes?
Yes, you do, yes. Two against the world.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're not playing a monster. I know a lot of people think, oh, are you playing an Ettin? No, it's more of an abstract concept where you will have an ally in your team, and you're trying to get the best alliance score. So what happens is it's 2 to 8 players, but you're only going to interact with one player to your left, one player to your right. But one of the players will be your ally, the other one will be your enemy. Okay. In the main game, there's 8 nations. Each nation is obviously asymmetric. You have your classic, undead, orcs, dwarves, elves, knights, K-knights, giants, and a few other things. And what you're doing is you're going to draft. There's 3 ages, and each age you're going to draft 3 times. And depending on the age, sometimes you'll draft twice with your ally, 1 against your enemy, or twice against your enemy, once with your ally. And what you're doing is, while you're drafting cards, then you're going to be fighting against your ally. And if you notice, each nation mat has 3 locations here. So you'll be fighting against, with these 3 locations, plus a 4th location called the adventure location. So there'll be a card that's flipped up, and that will be your adventure for the age. And that can give you more, if you win, gold, defenses, and things like that. The cards have different values and different effects, of course. You have the strengths of the cards, you have their victory point value at the end of the game, and of course they have different effects, and also depends on the phases. The text on the bottom usually is a reminder of what the icons represent, so it's a good helper. And then of course you have the icon representing where the card is from, what nation it's from. Okay. So that's the general symbol of the cards. And then you have your buy and recruit values here at the bottom, and then the age in which the cards come out. So like your deck, you'll have age 1 cards on top, then age 2, then age 3 cards. And you're obviously going to go through the deck and get stronger cards as the age progresses. So the main thing again is 2 to 8 players. What's interesting about this is for every box you get, you can actually play up to 16, 24, 32. You can play a very, very large group of players. It always takes about 45 minutes to play, sometimes up to an hour.
Again, because you're just going left and right.
Exactly, you're going left and right, and pretty much the ages are simultaneous. So you'll wait for people to catch up and do their effects and everything. But again, you're only interacting with a small amount of people at the time. But the important thing to note is, again, at the end of the 3 ages, you'll take your score and your ally score. That will be your alliance score, and then you're going to compare them to every alliance in the game.
Right.
And yes, you can play odd numbers. Obviously, there's also a mercenary faction. So usually if there's an odd number, the mercenary will play that last even number to close it up. And if you play 2 players, I believe you play 2 nations each. One of your nations will be your ally, and then you'll be fighting your opponent's enemy. Okay. So you can do odd numbers as well as 2 players.
Okay. All right. Do you get special bonuses if you're drafting cards from your nation, or you can do anything?
Yeah, you can do anything. So what helps is knowing who your enemy is and possibly what their weaknesses are or strengths are. You can negotiate with your ally and say, oh, I need particular cards because they will do better against that enemy. Right. And then they'll say, sure, here, take these cards and I'll take your other cards. Usually you draft, you always show 4 cards and you draft 2 each, but you have to also buy them. So some cards you could sell and use the money to help buy cards, and of course you can win gold in various places in order to just buy the cards without selling any. The other thing to think about is the effects of cards. Some cards will allow you to get cards like when they're killed, rather than disappear from the game, like sort of get back into play so that you can use them again. Some of them have, like, say, a scout ability. When you place cards for combat, you place them face down. The scout allows you to allow them to turn those cards face up so you can see what your enemy has placed. Some of them have bounties, so when you kill them, you actually get extra money. And there's also a concept called spoils, where when you win a battle, you can take a card from your enemy in that battle and put it in your thing, and it's worth, sometimes you'll be able to use it, or you'll keep it for its victory point value.
Okay. All right, I should mention as well that we had a few cards on the table, but this box has a lot of other cards and a lot of other components as well.
Yes.
As you're mentioning, tokens and gold and other components, all the cards you draft. thought maybe you show it off.
Correct. There's like initiative markers. Yep. We have coins and dice for combat and so on.
All right. Thank you very much, Zev, for an overview of Ettin out in, I believe, March 2020?
Yes.
March 2020 from WizKids. Thank you.
Thank you.